Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Qyssa podcast. I'm Shahmeen.
I'm Saba.
Qyssa is a talking women-centric brand. Our podcast aims to highlight Pakistani women, their inspirational stories and their achievements in Bahrain, GCC and globally.
Our guest today is Mehreen Fatima, who is a dynamic entrepreneur, mother, and influencer from Pakistan with a degree in business management from Comsats University, Lahore. She started her career as a model, and she later became a cabin crew for Emirates Airline in Dubai, where she also rose as a social media influencer and brand ambassador. Mehreen eventually channeled her love for fashion and art into launching Shimmer Couture, which is the blending of cultural aesthetics of Pakistan and Bahrain. Welcome, Mehreen.
Welcome, Mehreen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shahmeen and Sabaji. Thank you for inviting me here. And thank you for this beautiful introduction. I was beyond...
No, we're very excited that you are here with us today. And I feel a bit sad that I did not know about your amazing work before. But I'm really excited to explore it.
I'm really happy that I told her about your amazing work.
Yes. Saba brought you
Thank you so much.
to the highlight.
Thank you so much. I am beyond excited to be discussing more and exploring how, life goes on. And
So tell us, Mehreen, about your story. You were born in Pakistan and then you made your way all the way to Bahrain. Tell us how that happened.
I was basically in Pakistan for good 22 years of my life. And then I was studying and I was always having this high hopes and dreams that, one day I will get to spread my wings and show the world what I got in this, beautiful country that we call all our home, Pakistan. And imagine, till I become a cabin crew, I got selected as Emirates cabin crew. I never left Pakistan. I never saw a plane, never saw aircraft. So, because, they say it doesn't matter what you come from, but it really matters, and this is what matters is where you're gonna go or what's your path in life is. I came from very humble beginnings in Pakistan. I am a middle child of a single mother who was working 2 jobs and trying to take care of her kids.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah. She's amazing. I've never seen a strong woman like her.
I think all our mothers that every time I sit and talk about mothers, I think that's a whole another episode. I think we will do that too. Yes. Yeah, on mothers. Yes.
For sure.
Maybe we'll have
They
you on
need
that
us.
soon as
Yes.
I would love to. I'll get my mom on the call.
Oh, yes,
wow.
for sure.
Yeah, she's... I'm sorry. You know what she's doing right now? Well, coming from this very humble background and all of this, now she's touring Europe.
Oh, how lovely is that?
After retiring as a teacher, now mashallah, she's sitting in Portugal.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, and she just goes to the sea and chill and relax and check up on her kids. And so there's hope, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
It's never too late.
So you
right?
studied in Comsats, right?
Yes.
And this was business administration.
Yes.
And then how did you end up with the cabin crew?
So what happened exactly is me being me and not having the biggest of, knowing that, I don't have this much resources of applying international jobs or doing things that are, maybe outside my circle. So when I was in Comsats, I used to participate in a lot of, NGO work and many of the non-profitable, activities, and participate in this and do this because this is what kept me happy from inside, like interacting with people, all of this. I know it does not, at the end, you'll see how it got connected to the cabin crew. My mom, she has a saying, she says, even if you, you dig soil every single day and that time you will see it's not purposeful, but you'll see at the end, any effort put anywhere in the world, it
Will
comes.
never go
Yes,
unanswered,
it comes to fruition. Yes. So now, right after my degree finished, I still did not, get the graduated title. But I was searching online and going through everything, and my mom was like, your personality, you have very good height. I think you should apply for cabin crew jobs. And I was seeing this like Air Blue and PIA and everything. And then when I searched like all the airlines, when you search like, airlines to fly and everything, I saw this post to, apply for cabin crew for Emirates. I applied, and to my shock, I thought, oh, they'll ask to come to Dubai. I won't be having any money to go to Dubai. How I'm gonna go? But it's good to experience what type of forms, what type of requirements they have, if I'm gonna match up with everything. So that was a total, coincidence of me applying for it. But what came next was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I got selected in Emirates. They asked me to come to Karachi. And I was thinking it's a scam email, because how
because
are they
there are many around, yes.
Yes, and they never recruited from Pakistan before.
Right.
Okay.
Never. In their history of like previous 14 years, they never came to Pakistan. And before that, they never used to hire specifically from Asia side and all of this. Now, I got this email to come to Karachi. And my cousins are there, so I thought, why not just go and visit them, and I'll go appear to the interview. And let's see if it's true. Otherwise, maybe if it's not true, I'll have a good weekend and I'll come back. Imagine. And I went, and mashallah, there was, I think, 125 people from all over Pakistan to come and just attend with their families. And, this is such a big deal for all of them. Round 1. Okay, I was number 33. They gave me like a tag.
Okay, yes.
Yes, 33. And then every round they will stick these like papers outside the door, like the girls who made it or people who made it, like this. So many tests, and then a group test, and then you guys all sit in a circle and discuss this. Or what about you? What do you think about, this societal issue and this high test? So many rounds. I remember I went 7:15 in the morning, and by 5 p.m. we're still having these interviews, continuous. They're very strict when they say it's easier to get to Stanford University than to get Emirates cabin crew.
Sounds like it.
Wow.
Yes, they're very strict with their, all type of exams and all of this. So by end of the day, I found out I got selected.
Mashallah.
How many people were selected?
Only 7 made it. At the end, to Dubai, I found out in my batch we had 2-3 Pakistanis, and some of them were coming later on. But it was very surprising, because at the end of the day, this is what they said: we still have our HR manager in Emirates to do an interview for you guys, and that's the one that will decide.
Okay, but of course, I'm sure you got through.
Imagine, it was supposed to be a 45 minutes interview at my home when I came back to Lahore from Karachi, and then this woman, she complimented it. She said, I am so excited, and I'm having such a good time talking to you, knowing all about these things, because I was telling her about, orphanage work that I did, the NGO I ran.
Actually, a little
that's
that
how it came together.
The little that I know about Emirates, they're very high on corporate social responsibility and charity and all of that. So I guess that impressed them.
Yes, I never knew how this will be connected. This, me working on my small events and all. I like to hang out and do these things, and I like to meet people and do networking, all these type of things. And at the end, it brought this fruition. Now it's the time when the plant came out and it's the flowers
Mashallah.
are out. So, mashallah, this woman complimented like, you made it. She told me already, and she was like, my interview was 1 hour 15 minutes, though the slot was 45 minutes. She said, oh, I'm
She was probably having
fun.
a good time, yes.
Yes, she was just sitting and talking to me. I had an amazing time with her. I was telling her how, in Emirates, it's very important to take care of the elderly as a cabin crew. It's a huge responsibility, because traveling is already hard.
Yeah.
And then these poor people, they go through, huge lines, and you have to be understanding that these old people, they have medical situations. Then their food is very upset. I don't know, I get very sensitive with these kind of things.
But how long were you a cabin crew with them?
For 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before my contract ended, I got married.
Okay.
Yes, and I have this.
And that's another story we need to talk about.
Yes, that's the part 2 of
the journey.
Yes, yes.
So tell us about the journey of a Pakistani girl who's never been out of Pakistan, never been out of her home on her own. You come all the way to the GCC on your own. What was that like?
I think this was the biggest, this like Alhamdulillah moment. Like, what is this thing? Allah Ta'ala is making me experience. I never thought like something so beautiful could happen. I had a night flight when Emirates, they sent me this ticket, and they said like, come
and this
to
was
Dubai.
the first flight of your life as well?
Yes. I never knew how an aircraft looks like. Wow. Imagine. I sat down, there was this guy who was sitting next to me. I'm sure he might end up watching this clip somehow. He told me, I was holding this like seat, but I don't know how to put it on. Imagine. And I was looking around like, are they gonna put it so I know how to do it?
Okay.
And then this guy, he showed me, I'll put this and this and clip it like this. I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. He's like, are you going first time outside? I said, yes, I have this. I got selected and they asked me to move. And mashallah, the benefits Emirates have is, yeah, I cannot even describe how much, you know, your salary, you have make a very good salary, but it all goes in your pocket. Unless you shop and enjoy and all
Yeah.
this, spend
'Cause
on your,
everything else is covered, right? Yeah.
yes,
I
from
always,
transportation.
maybe this is a little bit of a subject change, but I always wonder how pilots or cabin crew do this, because if I am up one night, I think for a week I'm disturbed,
Okay.
and you all have to do this on the rotation. My father was a pilot,
Yes,
and
mashallah.
and I just wonder how you keep awake and then you're back to work, maybe on the flight back. How does that work?
I think the cycles are just all messed up,
Yeah.
yeah. But also, for me, there's an added challenge. I get motion sickness, so it's like I'm like I cannot even imagine how people even fly, and that's your work. Like you
Yeah,
actually
that's
have
your
to be
work. I mean,
alert,
I
you
think
know?
that's a lot of respect there, because
Yeah.
we don't realize, especially
Around the
doctors,
clock, yeah.
people who are on the aeroplanes. I mean, that kind of work, not only your craft, but it takes energy, and
Absolutely.
it takes your health.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
You know,
yes.
I also know another cabin crew. She's not Pakistani, but you know, like you're on your feet, and then
Yeah.
backaches and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But well done. That was a start.
Thank you
And
so
then where
much.
did life take you?
So after, sorry, I'll continue with this part where how my experience was in Dubai.
Yes, yes, please.
As a cabin crew, and then I will do the part two of this one.
Yes.
Sure, sure.
Yes. So, you know, first of all, we have this 2 months of training in Emirates Aviation College. So it's like a degree they give you, like, oh, you're trained on standing for hours and hours, and then any medical conditions. There's been time very, you know, like alarming type of situations where passengers will, you know, the people who go for first time their flights, but Umrah and they're old and they worked hard in Umrah and paying walking a lot and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then when they go back to Pakistan, mostly their health is not 100%.
Exhausted and
They're
yeah.
super exhausted. Normally they have dehydration issues, all of
Oh.
this. So one time I had this scenario where like an old man from, I think it was Faisalabad, he passed out in the flight. Imagine mid-air, and we're supposed to land. We gave him oxygen. We were taking care of him, and so flights can be very exhausting and very
It can
tiring.
be. And
It's
you're
stressful.
on
Yeah.
it. You have to be on top of everything.
Yes, for sure. You have to be all eyes in the back
And it
as
must
the
be
pilots.
scary, like someone's passed out. You're not really a medical person, so you don't know what's going on, what to actually do. So.
Yes. You know, that's why these 2 months, they train you every single day on how to have first aid day. So when I was in Emirates, I was first aid certified to take care of any medical conditions, any problems in the flight. Then they do this service where there's like a category of service where how to serve which type of, you know, which nationality and how to deal with them. Try to be this way because they're gonna have some restrictions, and these ones are more modern and, you know, this type of
That's
things.
interesting. So
That's very interesting. This perspective we've never had.
Yeah, and you know, so you're being sensitive to all the cultures and things like that.
Amazing.
You have to be very, very, you know, mindful of what you say.
Yes.
Very mindful of their needs. We had sometimes this kosher meals, so how not to let it mix with something else or how to
Cross-contamination and
yes,
all of that.
take care of allergies of people, special meals, so many things. This bassinet, how to take care of babies, or God forbid anything, bad thing.
An emergency
Ah,
or
yes, we even learned how to deliver a baby. Right there, yes.
That's amazing.
They do like a certification, and you have to do like a whole course and class hours and how to deliver a baby on spot. Imagine
So
that.
almost like a half medical professional, you know, the first aid.
I think a lot of things put together.
Yeah, a lot of
Hospitality
things.
and
Yeah.
medicine and so many things put together.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have a newfound respect for
I
you
know,
flight
I
attendants,
know.
cabin crew.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's so sweet of you.
All right, so tell us more. Then what happened?
Yes. So Dubai, because you know, anytime in training college we'll go, and then I will tell, oh, I'm from Pakistan. They said, oh, we never saw a Pakistani girl before, especially a professional like this or as a Emirates cabin crew. And imagine, I will go on flights and I will see the pursers who were, you know, joined maybe 25 years ago, but from Dubai as well. Like they have different passports, but they're Pakistani. And they're like, oh really, they took you and they went to Pakistan. And I was like, I was meant to be here and now I'm here.
Yeah.
And this is, so people used to get very surprised. The reactions are, oh, by the way, I heard they don't let women go out by themselves. Pakistan, you have to be
No,
covered.
that's such a wrong perspective.
Yes, our still,
Yeah.
like misconceptions are crazy out there. I will have these like comments. I never believe like my ears will hear. It's like, your parents let you go out? Like you're here? Are they here with you? Yeah, and then because we wear skirts and stockings, so they're like, is it okay to reveal this much of your legs? Because they have like this extremist mindset type of thing.
Yeah.
So I realized like how much stereotype we, like Pakistan, we have. I realize it's a very, stereotypical culture, or just because they didn't have the exposure of our country, or how, how modernized we are and how much educated.
Education and even the generation of parents putting their children out there, putting women out there to excel. And another reason for having this podcast is to highlight such stories,
Yes, is to, get
because
rid of
there
those-
are such amazing stories and achievements.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
And we want to break those stereotypes
Yeah.
that I think that people have about Pakistani people and women, Pakistani women,
Women, yeah.
in specific. Yeah.
And then I cut my hair short.
Yes.
And then they were like, you're Pakistani? Look at your haircut. Is it okay your mom let you cut your hair? Like this, this type of things. So it was very interesting. I never thought like I will hear this type of things from people's mouth, but they will encourage as well, like a lot of the accomplishment all over we get to see from Pakistani women. MashaAllah, the talent we have back home now.
Yes.
So
It's
kudos
beyond
to you. You're
comparison.
showing such a great image of Pakistan to people
Yes.
Thank
who
you.
have like a other misconception about it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Means a lot to me.
So 3 years with Emirates in Dubai. How did you make your way to Bahrain?
That's a very interesting story. I'm sure I will see a reaction on your faces.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this. Let me hold your hand. So this is how I met my husband. Because I had this, Instagram influencer thing where I'm posting and I, share my experiences and everything. My husband, he sent me a message on Instagram.
Oh.
I never knew him.
Slid into your DMs.
Yes, he did slide into my DMs, and we started. I don't reply, but it was just a funny thing he wrote, and I was like, what do you think, women they cannot do this or whatever, and we start having this like conversation. Few months in, he said, okay, I'll come see you in Dubai. When he saw me, and then finally, I think by the time we saw each other, and he went back because he has work and all of this, and then he called me and he said, I really want to get married to you, and I think I'll never find a person like you in my life.
He's lucky.
I think I'm way more luckier because I found him. Mashallah, I've never seen a strong person
Mashallah.
like him. He's off charts. Like never saw a
Mashallah.
person this strong.
What does he do?
He's a pilot.
Oh,
So, but for
so
which
that's like
airline?
made in the sky,
Made in flight heaven.
in flight heaven. Yes.
Yeah.
How cute is that?
Yes, though we are not working in the
Together,
same
yeah.
airline. I was in Emirates and he's in Gulf Air,
Okay.
and he's been here all his life. And the only time he interacted with someone else out of this Bahrain circle is me, who was in Dubai, though I'm from Pakistan. So we
Mashallah.
always, yes, it's so strange. I still cannot put it in words how we came from very different places, different cultures. And then he's Bahraini. His family is second biggest family in Bahrain.
Okay.
It's called Al Bin Ali family.
Okay.
And they, mashallah, most of them are married to the royal family, and they have this like big status and thing of not marrying outside.
Okay.
And then to marry a Pakistani, that's also a different category or different page of chapter of my life.
Okay.
So were there challenges in you getting married?
I think anyone who the fear of unknown type of element, but mashallah, he's raised by a very strong woman, so the whole family, they have this welcoming attitude towards others. I would say there have been challenges, but
But probably
outcome was very-
culture wise and
yes.
yeah.
Yes, because very diverse culture.
But I've always
Pakistanis and
felt that, I've been here for 14 years. And again, I've also felt the same with Bahrainis. They're very welcoming.
Yeah.
yes,
They embrace you. Some of my good friends are Bahrainis.
yes.
So,
So how long ago did you come to Bahrain?
After working in Emirates, I was hitting my contract. It was 3 years, and all my class fellows got their contract renewed. But because I got married with my husband 2 months before my contract was supposed to renew, I resigned it on sport, and I said like I must go to Bahrain, and this is where I'm gonna live. This is my home, and since then I'm here. So I think it was 2022.
Okay.
I'm slightly.
Okay.
Yes, yes. It's been now still 2.5 years to reaching 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow.
and then you became an influencer before this or after this? And
Um,
what was that all? How
Yeah,
did that start?
Yeah.
You know what happened in post-COVID? I was posting these videos of me in short hair, and I was talking something about I think Emirates or that I work as a cabin crew. No, I did not mention Emirates because Emirates has this very strict policy. Everything goes through them to be posted and all of this. So I made a video and it got viral. It got 1.5 million views.
Wow.
Wow.
And then people did, I don't even remember when I had 5,000 on TikTok. It went straight up to 60,000 like this, and people were so, oh, I'm so impressed by your story, and I will post this like, about my past or how I traveled after 21, 22 years, and people will write these comments like, I'm so impressed, and this is how I want to. I'm 16 and I'm studying, and this is so motivational for me because
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is,
I
yes.
see the light for myself
Yeah.
as well, because I think the same. I think I cannot reach, a certain place, or I would never get to see the world. And because, mashallah, so I joined 2019, and till the last day I was before coming to Bahrain, I traveled 21 countries.
Wow.
Imagine. And it was such a beautiful experience, from going to nowhere in the world to
Yeah.
To everywhere.
Almost,
everywhere.
yeah.
Like, mashallah, your destiny is written, and
It is, it
Yeah.
is. When people sometimes say, oh, our circumstances will never change. And I always say never, because nothing lasts forever. And yes,
Did-
hard work pays off.
Yeah, sorry. Do you think your mindset had to do with a lot of how things played out in your life? Because because you talked about, oh, I used to hope for these things, and will they ever happen? But how? What kind of, like, I want somebody to watch this and take away something that they can change about their mindset so that their life can change. What would you say to them?
I would say the most important thing in life is mindset. You cannot be in a room that's bigger than the room you were before unless you have the mindset for it. Letting the possibilities reach you.
Reach you.
Letting the
Manifest it?
Yes, I love law of manifestation and law of affirmation. You have to. I think people take it in a very negative light. Though in Islam there's a huge concept about keeping positive thoughts.
Yes.
Tawakkul.
Yes,
You call it
Tawakkul,
tawakkul,
yes.
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 You have
And you
to-
always expect the best out of Allah for you.
Yes.
That's
Even- yes.
that is the law of manifestation. You expect the best, and then
Yes.
it comes to you.
I understand it's like slightly, the language is
Yeah.
English, so it sounds different, but it's no different than how Allah Ta'ala always tells us to be, keep all your burden to me, and I will
Yeah.
take care of everything for you. So
I think that is
But
something
also,
we
I
need.
feel like
Yeah.
I feel like another thing is you're not making your own grand plans and boxing yourself in. Like, you never said, oh, I'm going to be a flight attendant for the Emirates, and then went for it. You were kind of open to great possibilities for you to reach heights. You studied business, and then you're applying for a cabin crew. So I think maybe that is a big thing to keep in mind, that don't box yourself in that I have this path in my next 5 years, I'm going to do these things, because Allah has better plans for you. I think keep yourself open
I
to
think-
Allah's plans.
To a large extent, we all do that, right?
Plan a lot? Plan to
No,
death?
no. For example, if you talk about me,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm bringing myself into it. I was supposed to be a doctor because my grandparents were doctors and my aunts were doctors. And then I think I never wanted to be a doctor. But I did all those pre-medical and all that. And then now I'm going on camera and saying this. And then I failed all my entrance exams. And then I'm like, you know, okay. I was not very sad about it. But a friend of mine, she went to give the entrance test for Indus Valley School, where she wanted to get into graphics and arts. So I went with her, and I said, let me give the test. And I did an amazing drawing and all of that interview, and I cleared. And I did architecture, which was the best thing I did because it's full of what I love. And she became a doctor.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, because of her, I went there. So I feel that, I think at that time also, it was about letting something good happen to me.
But also, you could have been like, when we're being mindset into, you could have been devastated that you weren't, you failed.
I was not.
Exactly. And I think that's what opened that door.
Yes, I was not
devastated. If you would have been
devastated.
devastated, you would have maybe gone and done it again, tried again.
No, I had
pushed for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
I was never devastated.
I feel
and
like
and then now I'm into philanthropy, so I'm still not devastated that I love architecture, and I'm still connected to it in a bit, but it changes for everyone. Like yours, you know, you've changed from one thing to the other.
Yeah. And I think if you attach yourself to something, you're like, oh, I couldn't make it. If you let's say had interviewed for Emirates and didn't make it, and if you really attach yourself, and that's when I think the opportunities stop coming to you, because you stop looking for something that is better, that's coming to you instead of chasing something, you know, wanting to make it happen. Like in my life, I felt like whenever I've really wanted to make things happen, it doesn't happen. And when I'm like easy, I'm like, whatever, if it happens, it happens, and better things happen, you know. So I think that's what.
And always have that tawakkul that if that something better will happen and is happening.
And if something that you wanted is not happening, that actually is better for you.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
I will tell you a small failure experience I had in Dubai and what came out of it. So I wanted to get a license and get my own car because Dubai is, you know, huge. And now there is a smaller driving institute. I was trying there so many times. I took there 32 hours, 42 hours, something like this. 3 times I paid to get this like a driving test, and they will fail me every single time. And I'm so, you know, devastated. I don't know what to do and why everyone's getting a license. Why not me? Now, next step. I made this funny TikTok video of saying like this, like from the lawyer angle, like what's this experience of my life, like this, and with a funny music. Like if you went through, it's worse than a heartbreak if you go to driving in Dubai, because it's very tough.
That's creative,
Yes, and then that video got up to 500K views and everything. Imagine who called me. There is this VIP service who teaches you driving, and it's called Bin Yabir Driving School.
Okay.
They said, we want to work with you. And that's a VIP course. It's
Wow.
like 20,000, 30,000 dirhams
Oh, wow.
course.
Okay.
And they teach you on they have an option of G-Wagon. They have an option
Oh,
of
wow.
these like big fancy cars that you never, I don't know, like me.
Wow.
I didn't know that existed.
I did not know that existed also.
Yes. They take very few lectures, but the teacher is so talented, and they have a special way of, so they have this VIP majlis you go to, you sit, you drink halwa, and then they take your private class anytime you book them, because the previous school they had this issue like, oh, we don't have available classes, and I was flying, so I cannot take their timings. Oh, for night we don't have female classes. Okay. Now this school was something else.
Wow. What an experience, huh?
Such a good place, because I did not lose hope that I failed 3 times, and 4th time I'm still not sticking to the outcome. And in that video as well, I was just smiling. I was smiling and I wrote this funny caption and tried to make something funny and positive out of it. What Allah Ta'ala had planned, like
It's luxury.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I failed 3 times, and then these people they invited me. My license in the back, it's at VIP because the category is different. You don't do normal tests. You go, which I never could have known. There's a thing like
this is the first time I'm hearing.
They say, okay, by the way, this course can give you, just take 5 days classes, as many hours as possible you want, and then 5th day, by end of the week, we'll get you on a weekend your license.
Oh, wow.
Imagine. I just sat
Okay, is that
That's really cool.
is that legal?
So this is what the...
You're taking the luxury route, Shahmeen.
Ah.
It's illegal.
Okay.
You know, other schools, they give you only a class for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So this is
I
it.
think we don't really resonate with that concept, because there's only one place in Bahrain where you can go to 4-year lessons and 4-year tests. So I think it's in Dubai, I guess it's also very categorized.
Yeah.
That's it. That's so
That's very interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
very. I could have never even thought about an idea like this.
Yeah.
But they can give you classes longer hours, so you cover.
So
those
you cover,
hours.
and I think it's better to be in the flow
Yeah.
rather than doing one class for a week, then you
Yes.
go back in a week and start
Yes.
again. I think that
I
makes
agree.
much more sense. Yes.
So when you started your social media, coming back to your influencer journey, did you ever think you'll be viral, or you were just doing it for fun?
I think because post COVID, I was still looking for some hobbies and interests, and I was having a lot of fun in making this type of videos. Like it's funny, but
Some
it
message.
reflects me. Yes, it's kind of a message, and it's kind of a hopeful idea that I like to. Just how I'm talking to you, I would make a similar kind of like, oh, by the way, this situation happened, and I reacted to it like this, and people used to love. Oh, we love your positivity, and I never saw someone.
I think
get
what
into this.
works is, I think what I've seen what works most is when people are real.
Yeah, the
you know,
authenticity.
the authenticity of that emotion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there are a lot of people follow trends, but I think
Yeah.
every time you follow somebody real and
I think when you
truthful.
overthink it and do things, I should make a video like this because that's what works. Okay, so now you are an influencer. You're also a mom now of a 16-month-old, right? And you also have a new baby, which is your business, Shimmer Couture.
Oh yes.
Tell us how that came about.
I will say since I was a child, I actually wanted to be in arts. I wanted to do a degree that's with designs, and I was just like you. I studied architecture for 1 year
Oh, you did from NCA?
from ComSat.
Okay, ComSat.
The second I went, I used to draw so much and make this like beautiful building designs and things like this. And then when I went for the interview, they gave me this. They told me we'll give you a scholarship, so you can just come here and join the architecture program. And I was there for 1 year.
Okay, mashallah.
Yeah. So, but I couldn't finish because it was a way more expensive course than doing BSBA, like business administration. That time I was slightly, demotivated, and
Okay.
I was thinking I cannot afford to have a design related program. But I always was very interested in how clothes and fabrics and what goes.
They
with
come
what.
together.
Yes, how they come to life and everything. So I've been watching so many course and these competitions, and on Netflix there's this documentary.
Yes.
The trends they do and all of this. So I've always been very, very interested. So finally, after giving birth and having this, the first year of life is very important for a baby to be so close to the mother that they regulate their emotions,
Yeah.
and it's very, very important for their mental health. So the first year, I was not doing anything. I went off grid, did not post anything on social media as well. I was on a break. And then once my baby hit 1 year old, I took this book out that I had these designs that I wanted to make, and I made some small changes here, there, and start finding fabrics and which designs I want to make and where I will be placing it. For this starters, I knew that nowadays you can have a very good impact through social media regarding selling clothes, and if you do market it the right way. But mashallah, my luck worked amazing with this one, because I think tawakkul again, from the beginning of the day, I was hoping that one day my opportunity, my time will come. We'll see it then. So my husband, he was very supportive with this idea. Like I see I see you really want to do it, and I want you to go pursue this. So I started making the samples for my first collection, from picking even the lace to the buttons and things, and finding tailors, and which will be the perfect match and where should it be. About this one, there are multi-brand boutiques in Bahrain. Now it's getting very popular to have your brand placed under a branch, under a roof, where other brands are there as well. But I realized that my market is different. My market is more festive, and the type of dresses I want to make is a different category.
More shimmery. Shimmer
Yes.
couture. Yes.
I call it like it's fairy tale meets the festive, like
Oh, wow.
festivities, like Eid or celebrations, or when I want to do something, I feel special. So that shows in my dress.
In your dresses.
Yes. So with these multi brands, I visited many of them, and I found out this like huge challenge where oh, all of them are about abayas or jalabiya, but where's the category of my clothing brand, which kind of represents my culture as well?
And a blend and a fusion.
Yes, or something that someone would like to wear on an occasion. I remember I took my baby stroller and I take her everywhere with me. It's a surprise that she's not here. She's not
Oh,
here.
she could have gotten
Yeah.
Yes, she will be shy.
We've made enough noise. She could
She
have
would have been like here.
Yeah.
Yes, she will sit here. So I took my baby on a stroller and I started seeing like some festive place to keep it. Now, you know Sukul Baraha and
Yes.
Diyar al Maharat?
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful place. People actually go there to celebrate, and mostly on Eid it's full. There's no spot you can park your car or go. So I started asking the owners of the shop, like, can you please, do you have a margin? I will pay you rent and all of this. I want to place my clothing brand, and this is my clothing line. So many of them said, oh, we love the designs, but we cannot, like, we don't do that, and this is not, this is not where we don't have the space for you. Okay, I got rejection. Then I found these two very beautiful shops. They look amazing and they're very beautiful. The owner said, okay, this legalities and what percentages and who take what, this type of things. And finally, in a week or two, I end up having a place in these two shops.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's what we saw actually
Yeah.
on your portfolio and some of them are very pretty.
Yeah.
And I think you cater to a lot of sizes as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we were like asking about. How big do you go,
Yes, it can be custom made for the same exact price, and it comes in 3 different sizes: small, medium, large. Most of them are free size because the women here, we all like to wear slightly
Loose clothes,
slowly
yes.
loose things,
yes,
yes.
it's not it does not cater the early teenager phases
Yeah.
where you like to wear very tight clothes and everything. So it's for a women who have the grace and they want to have their own fairy tale.
And when do you expect your next collection?
Because you're sold out, right? You just said you're
Yes,
sold out.
yes, you're
Congratulations.
sold out.
Thank you so
Congratulations,
much.
yes.
I could have never imagined because I was thinking, what happened? I made each, like one sample each, and then I kept a badge for online selling, and I kept a badge for physical store, the 2 displays. So I was expecting, I had a small fear, but I didn't let it go in me.
Go over you.
Yes, that, oh my God, I have this 50 plus dresses, what I'm gonna do with it, or if nothing worked out, where all of this gonna go? But as usual, tawakkul Allah, I said, okay, this one I'll keep it for myself, and this one's for this shop. Mashallah shop, now the stand looks so empty, or both of them, because one has nothing and the other one has 3 outfits left. It's on clearance sale, literally the lowest price possible. And then inshallah, by end of this month, I am doing the shoot for the new collection.
Amazing.
Inshallah.
How has your experience been like starting up a business in Bahrain? And then tell us about your experience of coming to Bahrain and living here in general. What has that been like?
Amazing question. Right now, what the biggest challenge for me, and I'm sure there are thousands of women out there, millions of women out there who have the same experience with motherhood and having any other thing. It's even a job, a side, hustle or part-time jobs. It's extremely difficult. It's your baby in the morning. He or she gonna decide how your day will go.
Yes.
So every day is a huge challenge. Coming in regards of having a business, I think having even a small business, I would have loved to open a boutique on its own, but for this movement, I cannot do it with having the
But I think the path that we've seen of yours is like one thing takes you to another takes you to Inshallah, I think something great will come out of this also. Inshallah.
I have full belief, and I get all these messages from all people on both the platforms, TikTok and Instagram. I'll tell you. Even today, one lady, she sent me this message. Why did you leave your job as a cabin crew? I was telling her I have this, tawakkul that something bigger gonna come. Oh, and not to glue to things. You know, this art of detachment where
Yeah.
you don't get attached to anything. Inshallah, I have written better things for me. It's coming. It's in the way.
Yeah.
It's, you know, when you place an order online on Amazon or
That's
Shein,
a
It's on the
great
way.
thing
You're
to take
expecting
back.
it,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah, I'm expecting something way bigger. So
Inshallah.
from this, inshallah,
I would like to take that in also and
Yes.
absorb this.
Yeah.
Something greater is coming.
Yes.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Think like you have placed the order. It will come because it has my address. It has my name.
Oh,
it
that
has
is
my
so
number,
beautiful.
and it has the, you know, I've paid it already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, amazing.
that's how my experience was coming to Bahrain from Dubai. It was such a great, because such a family place, mashallah. It's so small.
Mashallah.
it-
Peaceful.
Yes, so peaceful, and every activity is so peaceful. I tell my husband this so many times. He says, I don't know why you keep saying I love Bahrain. I'm staring outside the window and the, you know, sunsets are so beautiful here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing looks crowdy. I know people gonna say it's crowdy, but nothing compared to Dubai.
Yeah.
Mashallah, Dubai is a different class, but I think it's for bachelors
Yeah.
only, or more focused on if you have the, you know, you have the inner strength and the mental strength to live in a very metropolitan
Cosmopolitan,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I think, no, that's okay. But I think nobody in Dubai or a cosmopolitan city would know that unless they've
You
come here.
experience it,
So when
yeah.
we come here from some place like even Karachi or Dubai, then we understand the peace that has come and the stability that has
I
come.
don't know, because I've always lived here.
So-
So I take it for granted.
You
I think.
take it for
I take
granted.
it for granted. Yeah.
But it was a huge shift in a very positive way. People are way more kinder. If I told you this experience I had the first time I came to Bahrain, you know, the first time after marriage I came to Bahrain, first day outing, we went to the old souk. Old souk.
The
is-
Manama Souk or Muharrak.
Yes, I think it's the.
It's like different houses you can go into. There's like pictures and stuff.
Yes,
We should go there
perfect.
when it's nice weather.
Beautiful. That was my first outing. That was my first outing in Bahrain, Muharrak Souk. And then, you know, we both encountered this man who's working. He's in his kandura, and he's like, "Let me show you around."
Oh.
You guys, he said, my husband had a conversation with him, and my husband told him, this is my wife, and it's her first time in Bahrain, and today our first outing. You know what he said? He said, "Let me take you around. I'll show you everything." So he told me how Bahrain, you know, used to be so famous for pearls, and then everyone is a diver, and he told me this beautiful history of this, you know, this graveyard stories, and he will tell each and every single story. I was so impressed the way he showed the whole Bahrain. Kind of, you know, I could see the glimpse.
Like the introduction to Bahrain.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a great
very
introduction to it.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought maybe he's gonna ask for money, and he's a tour guide, because the way he was explaining everything, taking us in every house and every place. Poor guy, this is what he said. At the end of the day, he's like, "Okay, I will go now. My car actually broke down. Yes, and I saw you guys trying to figure out where to go, what to do. So I wanted to take you around."
Oh, that is so
wow.
sweet.
And he was trying to pay for our chai.
Oh, that is
wow.
so sweet.
He's so mashallah.
When you said my car's broken down, I was like, oh, he's gonna ask for money to fix his car, but no, he didn't. So yeah, this is Bahrain for you, right? The people are amazing.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
It is an island. People, so many people outside does not know that it's actually a literal island,
Yeah.
and people have the mindset of an island.
Yeah.
Like they have. My husband says like, "I'm an island boy."
Yeah.
It's so true.
Islander.
Yes, they have all this like calmness to them.
Yeah.
And you know, coming from Pakistan, where you've a distance, there's a lot of the large distances. You know, in Karachi, where I live, I think Karachi would be spread 2 hours if from one point to another, or even more than that. And then here, it's such a nice, small, quaint island, which is done in 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I love that about this place.
Same.
I'm not into road long drives.
So now staying in Pakistan, what's your favorite Pakistani food?
I think I cannot name one because I'm Lahori and I eat for, you know, living. We are taught the only activity we have in Pakistan and Lahore is to eat. My favorite food, I cannot put it in category, but biryani, halim, nehari.
Oh,
this
wow.
I must have.
All the big
The
three.
big festive
big three,
food.
you know?
Yes,
That's
the big three, yes.
I eat I eat way more than my husband. Imagine.
Oh, wow.
For Bahrainis, I think they all should try nihari, because from my husband, who's a foodie Bahraini, he says he loves nihari so much. We used to buy cans.
Have you explored restaurants here
Oh yes.
for Nihari?
Restaurants.
Not really. We have to get the cans.
We will tell you. Speaking of food and snacks of Pakistan, we have something here which is Shahi Ilaichi. You must try it.
Thank you.
It's like a go-to midday snack, after dinner snack,
Mouth freshener.
mouth freshener snack.
Okay, let's.
Oh, mine is 3 lychees.
Oh, I love these ones. I forgot they didn't come in like a yellow cover.
There's different
They're different
versions.
They're different
Yeah.
versions. This one is Ilaichi. It's a very nice mouth freshener and
Amazing.
yeah. Do you have a favorite snack though?
Yes, a lot of them actually.
Which one?
I used to be such a huge slanty fan.
Oh yeah,
What's
it's
slanty?
available here.
Pops, really?
Yes,
What's
yes.
that?
Slanty this.
Slanty, I think we'll get it next for our
Yes.
next podcast. It's like a chips,
Okay.
and the memory I have of that is my kids were very young, and my father-in-law would bring slanty home. Put all the kids would sit in the garden, eat the slanty, and feed it to the crows. The
wow.
crows love slanty.
Oh wow.
It was such a treat for
Crows
them.
love slanty. Okay. Fact of the day, crows love slanty.
Never knew.
Yeah.
I'm eating slanty.
Because you don't have crows in Bahrain.
I've seen crows in Bahrain.
No, there are no crows in Bahrain.
I've seen some.
They
Once
would have
in a while, like
no.
I've seen crow.
Crows breed like this. You cannot see crows, otherwise they would be everywhere.
Thank you so much, Mehreen. This has been so amazing.
It was really endearing to hear your story,
Yes.
and the fact to reinstate that how manifestation, tawakkul
Yeah.
plays in our lives. Really,
Yeah.
it does.
Your story.
I
is
was
so
expecting
inspiring. Yeah.
to have another take from this interview, but it really gave me something as well.
Means a lot. It was
Yeah.
such an honor. I cannot tell you how, this excitement and nervousness I had to be here. Mashallah, it went amazing, and I'm so happy to be sitting with two
No, thank you so much.
amazing,
Thank you.
accomplished women.
Aw,
Thank you so much,
Mehreen.
and I hope. What would you hope for Qyssa? We'd love to hear from you about it as well. And I have to ask one more thing, one last question. I've seen this on social media. It's Mehreen Fatima Fay. So what is the Fay?
Yes. So when I started, first of all, there's two things that goes on social media. People making fun of my name, calling it Mehreen. I don't know how it works, because I think it's slightly different. But then, Mehreen. This one. And then when it comes to people calling my name, Mehreen, they put this Fay and F-A-N-Y. So it was a joke between, from a video. And then it started becoming, more people started calling
Connecting
me
to
Faye.
it. Oh.
Yes, they started calling me, Faye, how are you, Faye?
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yes, so I
So you
changed
embraced
my
it.
username. Yes, I was like, okay, now I'm Faye. Thank you for getting me this nice username. Yeah.
So thank you, Faye, for being here.
So what is your hope for Qyssa?
I hope the amazing job you guys are doing, that it reaches more and more women out there, and they get this strength. If someone's sitting today and they watch this episode, they take out how amazing this platform is, and to understand that there's always hope and there's always Qyssa.
There's always
Thank
Qyssa.
you.
Thank you so much, Mehreen. And I have to ask one more thing, one last question. I've seen this on social media. It's Mehreen Fatima Fay. So what is the Fay?
Yes. So when I started, first of all, there's two things that goes on social media. People making fun of my name, calling it Mehreen. I don't know how it works, because I think it's slightly different. But then, Mehreen. This one. And then when it comes to people calling my name, Mehreen, they put this Fay and F-A-N-Y. So it was a joke between, from a video. And then it started becoming, more people started
Connecting
calling me
to
Faye.
it. Oh.
Yes, they started calling me, oh, Faye, how are you, Faye?
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yes, so I
So you
changed
embraced
my
it.
username. Yes, I was like, okay, now I'm Faye. Thank you for getting me this like nice username. Yeah.
So thank you, Faye, for being here.
Thank you, Faye. Yeah, right?
Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Qyssa. We had an amazing time with Mehreen. Follow us on our socials at Qyssa_. We're on Instagram and TikTok, and of course YouTube. And we'll be back with more stories of Pakistani women, Pakistani culture, and Pakistani food. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.